So the Patriots have had a very busy offseason so far. It's been making a lot of good moves, man. Bill Belichick's making up for what he did a couple offseasons ago by bringing in Jonnu Smith and crew, by trading Jonnu Smith to the Atlanta Falcons for a 7th-round pick. That is a great move. The thing is, with trading Jonnu Smith, he had little to no production with this team, had costly mistakes and costly turnovers, and could barely see the field. Instead of him being the star free agent, it turned out to be Hunter Henry. So you trade him to the Falcons, you get that money off your books, and you get a free pick out of it as well. It's a win-win. But the biggest move that they've made this offseason was letting Matt Patricia no longer call plays offensively. It was Bill O'Brien. You're bringing back a former Patriots OC that was here a long time ago. He was a former Texans head coach. He left the Patriots gig to become the Texans head coach. Things didn't work out there. He went over in college, called plays for Alabama, was one of the best offenses in college football, and now you're bringing them back. The biggest problem with this offense was not just the personnel, it was the concepts. Everything was watered down and it's just stupid. It didn't benefit Mac Jones and didn't even benefit Bailey Zappi. Bailey Zappi did have a stint where he looked good when he came in for Mac Jones and had the high ankle sprain, to where some people were saying start Bailey Zappi. But people quickly realized it just wasn't a quarterback issue or a talent issue. It came down to coaching. You're bringing back a Patriot original, and I love this move. Just get an offensive play caller in there that knows what the hell he's doing and get Matt Patricia out the offensive play calling room. Mac Jones better not even walk near him when he's in the facility. Just keep those two away from each other. And speaking of Mac Jones, he has to play better next season. I understand that the high ankle sprain didn't do him any favors. It was a lot of times he wasn't comfortable in the pocket. They got the tackle situation resolved, I believe. You sign Riley Reef, you have Calvin Anderson. These aren't big moves for the Patriots, but they're subtle moves. I can still see them getting a tackle in the NFL draft in the 1st or the 2nd round, but tackles were the biggest thing that hurt the Patriots this postseason, well, this past season. That was the biggest thing that hurt this team. They could not protect the quarterback, and Isaiah Wynn looks like a complete bust unless he has a better season next season. He's been disappointing so far. They have to do a better job protecting the quarterback, and hopefully these veterans can do that. They're not top 5 or top 10 tackles, but they should be good enough to get them over the hump, and you can also select you a tackle in the 1st round if you was like. Speaking of adding offensive talent, Jacoby Myers left to go to the Las Vegas Raiders. I believe Bill Belichick loves that for the simple fact he costed them that Raiders game. You bring in Juju Smith-Schuster. He isn't the same Juju that he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers a couple years ago when he was alongside Antonio Brown, but he's still a good clutch wide receiver. He's going to be key on 2nd and 3rd downs for you. He's going to fit in very well with this team inside and outside the slot. You still have Tyquan Thornton and Kendrick Bourne. I expect for them to be in the race to go trade for DeAndre Hopkins. It could be a conflict of interest right there for the simple fact that Bill O'Brien's had the OC, and he was key part of why DeAndre Hopkins got traded from the Texans to the Cardinals for a 2nd round pick in David Johnson. So we will see if they go do that. If they can get DeAndre Hopkins, that will be a massive move for the Patriots. But getting Juju Smith-Schuster to match up with Tyquan Thornton is a very good sneaky fit for the simple fact Tyquan Thornton can take the top off the defense with that speed, and Juju Smith-Schuster can eat up everything underneath. He's not a very fast wide receiver, but he's physical and he's a good blocker and he's a good wide receiver to have on this team, and expect for him to get a lot of red zone targets as well. Speaking of red zone targets, you did pick up another tight end when you let Jonnu Smith go. You got Mike Gesicki to a 1-year prove-it type deal. He'll fit in good with Hunter Henry. All you have to worry about with him is health, but he's been a very good tight end for this team. The thing is with Gesicki, good receiving option. The bad thing is not a good blocker and can't separate at times, but he will be a very good part to have in this team. They can figure out how to use him in the right way. You still have a good strong run game. You picked up James Robinson from the New York Jets. They just traded for him when they got him from the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's going to fit in perfectly behind Ramondre Stevenson. You have Pierre Strong as well as a running back. I think that you're not going to re-sign Damon Harris. You just may let him go. He's still out in free agency as I record this video. But having Ramondre Stevenson there, being able to work off of play action, is going to help out Mac Jones. Remember, Mac Jones was a guy that you made the playoffs with his rookie season. Can he go back into form next year? I believe the right play calling he can. But this defense was the strong point in this team, like it always is, because it is Bill Belichick, and he's still one of the best defensive minds in all of football. They're 8th in total defense, 6th best rushing defense as well. Matthew Judon had another hell of a season. He was a star free agent in that class a couple years ago. He's been a beast, 15.5 sacks, and you have him paired alongside Josh Uche, who had 11.5 sacks. So you have good players on this defense. You extended Jonathan Jones to a 2-year deal. That helps out because you lost J.C. Jackson last year to the Chargers. That seemed like a good move for the Patriots not bringing him back. But this defense is still going to be solid. I understand you cut Jalen Mills. He may go back to the Philadelphia Eagles, but you still have Kyle Duggar back there putting in work. A very good underrated safety that puts in a lot of work on this team. I like what the Patriots are doing. These are key moves for this team. The defensive line is still very good. They take up space. And now you have guys in Matthew Judon and Josh Uche who don't just go after the quarterback. They also seal the edge and defend the run. This is going to be another great defensive year coming up for this team with Bill Belichick coaching the helm. But the offense has to be better. The offense, passing-wise, has to be better, and they have to run the football at a higher clip as well. Cut down on the turnovers and let Mac Jones cook. Whether you go out there and trade for a wide receiver like a DeAndre Hopkins, or you go into the NFL draft and you get a wide receiver in the 2nd, 3rd rounds, but you have to build this thing around Mac if you believe he's your guy. No more of this starting Bailey Zappi, going in with Mac Jones. That whole situation made me scratch my head and say, Bill, what are you doing? I remember that Chicago Bears game. You benched out Mac Jones, you put in Bailey Zappi, and it was like you wanted both guys to get reps. This isn't college. You have to stick with one guy. They finished the season with Mac Jones, started the season with him next year, and believe that he is your quarterback moving forward, because I believe that kid is special if you give him the right time in the pocket and give him the right weapons. So let me know how I feel about the Patriots in this offseason. I do not believe that they're done just yet. They can still go out there and get some more wide receivers, but I like the move of letting Jacoby Myers go. You bring in Juju Smith-Schuster. Not going to be a top 5 or top 10 wide receiver move, but it's going to be a good move for the Patriots. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think this team can be a playoff caliber team next season? It's going to be tough. You have the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins are building a super team over there, and the New York Jets are talking about trading for Aaron Rodgers. So things might get a little dicey in that division. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.